as hating him with every fibre of his being, Harry is also absolutely terrified of him.
The Dark Lord shall rise.
Ever since the beginning, I've thought of Ralph Fiennes as Voldemort.
Is it Voldemort? He's really quite terrifying. It's going to really freak people out. I'm really looking forward to that.
Mike was very keen to explore the unexpected mood swings of Voldemort. So there are moments when sort of anger spits out at him like Harry, and other moments when it can be very silky and smooth and almost pleasant.
The way he used his body, like he does all this stuff when he's being reborn with his hands, and it's fantastic.
He's new in this body, it's new to him, so he's testing it. So when we first see him touching, feeling his head, feeling his face, his eyes pop open.
Everything's going to change now, isn't it? Ow! You stood on my foot!
Daniel, Emma, and Rupert have grown up on film. They've worked with some of the finest actors in the world and become better actors for it. They faced legions of adoring fans and yet held on to their humility.
All as sweet and even sweeter, possibly, if it's possible, than they were on the first film. They are good people, each and every one of them.
I have made very good friends with them, but I would like some female company occasionally.
Emma has matured, grown more comfortable in herself, become more confident. She's more outgoing and really caring for those around her.
We got on really well, and they've made it so fun, Dan and Emma.
And Rupert, funny, witty, droll. He has the humour of someone 20 years older than he is.
Rupert is absolutely hysterical. He is so funny. And Emma is amazingly clever.
Dan is completely unaffected by his fame, by all the attention, is able to do these really significant exams, study for them, and take on this most physical of all the films, this most challenging of all the films.
It's wonderful, really. It's very good to see them change like that.
I'm terribly impressed with them. I continue to be impressed with them.
Daniel and Rupert and Emma are 3 movies better and more skilled. You can really see the leaps they've taken as actors and as technicians just being comfortable around a film set.
Now, an exclusive peek at the new movie.
Give us a curse.
Well, my dad did tell me about one. The Imperious Curse.
Oh, yeah, your father would know all about that. Gave the ministry quite a bit of grief a few years ago. Perhaps this will show you why. Hello. Ugly little beauty. Ingolfio. Imperio!
Don't worry, it's completely harmless.
If she bites, she's lethal.
Harry and his friends are growing up. The stakes are higher now, but they rise to the challenge. They always do. With the Goblet of Fire opening in IMAX theaters and on screens all around the globe, audiences everywhere can thrill in Harry's greatest adventure yet. I love magic.
Where would you find a flying pig guarding an enchanted castle surrounded by an ancient forest that's only been here for 2 days? Welcome to the world of Harry Potter. We've come behind the scenes during filming of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, the 6th film in the series, and the most exciting thing this year is I'm going to be in it.
In this special programme, we'll be talking to cast and crew about the stories behind the story, meeting some new faces,
Merlin's beard!
being put through our paces in some Quidditch training, and in a World TV first, we'll be going where no other show can, onto the set and into the film, as I take on the role of a Harry Potter film extra. But first, let's catch up on what happens in this eagerly awaited chapter of the Harry Potter story. Voldemort is tightening his grip on both the Muggle and Wizarding worlds, and Hogwarts is no longer the safe haven it once was. Harry suspects that dangers may even lie within the castle.
Once again, I must ask too much of you, Harry.
Together, he and Dumbledore work to find the key to Voldemort's power.
Now get out of here at once!
Peter's also on elsewhere as teenage hormones rage across the ramparts.
Hey, she's only interested in you because she thinks you're the chosen one.
But I am the chosen one.
Love may be in the air, but tragedy lies ahead. And Hogwarts may never be the same again.
Harry's character is obsessed in this film with two things. One is Draco Malfoy, who is convinced has become a Death Eater, and so he follows him, and he's absolutely sure that Draco is up to something really devious in this film. The other thing is a book, which is his potions textbook, which he's got a very, very old copy, and it's got lots of scrawls in it of someone who used the book ages ago, and the book has a bit in it where it says, "This book is property of the Half-Blood Prince," hence the title of the film.
Who's the Half-Blood Prince? Who? That's what it says right here. This book is property of the Half-Blood Prince.
And so part of it's about Harry's obsession with this book and the fact that he kind of won't be parted from it. He's kind of addicted to it.
Let's have a look, shall we?
No. I think this one's a lot lighter than the last one, because I think the fifth one was quite a scary sort of atmosphere. And you still get this with this one, because there's a lot of sort of scary things going on in the Muggle world now. You definitely sort of sense the Voldemort sort of presence. And there's quite a lot of romantic sort of storylines in this one, so it should be quite fun.
Hermione's a mess in this one. She's not the best in potions anymore because Harry's got this special book. And Ron's off snogging Lavender somewhere, and that's kind of rubbish. She's getting all these feelings and she doesn't really know how to deal with them. She's definitely struggles. Yeah, she's out of her depth in this one, which is really nice because you see a kind of much more vulnerable Hermione, I think.
And the film sees Harry's old adversary Draco Malfoy rising to a dark challenge.
He's always envied Harry for being the all-seeing, all-dancing chosen one, so this is his chance to be the equivalent on the dark side, so he revels in it.
There are over 80 different sets on Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, some that we know and love, some that are new, some that are inside, some that are outside, and some that are supposed to be outside but have been built inside, like this one, Diagon Alley.
Diagon Alley was originally seen in the first film, The Philosopher's Stone, but in these darker times in the Wizarding world, most of the shops are now boarded up. This is the street in which I'll be working as an extra, so while they get it finished, I'm off for a fitting with costume designer Shani Tanim.
So Shani, I've come in for my costume fitting. I understand you know which character I'm going to be?
Yes, you're going to be an extra in Diagon Alley, one of the dad.
One of the parents?
One of the parents, actually, one of the dad going to buy books.
That's right.
To buy books or to buy things with their kids.
We still have some children.
So let me explain you. Because Diagon Alley, we just have the normal public of Diagon Alley. This is just the male, because you are in the male dressing room.
Of course,
so
yeah.
This is all the male that we have in Diagon Alley. So Diagon Alley start a little bit like Soho and then go up to sort of Oxford Street feel.
So I'm at the Oxford Street feel?
Yes, because you are one of the dad.
The respectable dads. So I'm going to have to fit in with these guys?
Yes, so because you are sort of a good-looking man, I'm going to try to dress you slightly down.
Oh.
Then you will fit with what we think is a wizard dad.
Okay, wizard dads aren't very good-looking?
It could be very good-looking, but not as glamorous as you are.
Never been called glamorous before. And my clothes over here.
So let me show you. Everything will be those colors, because the whole street is in the grey. Grey, green, grey, blue. All the colors have a grey base. And what I would like to see you in black.
Right.
Or in brown. I would like to see you or like that, or like that, because I think that first it will fit you very well.
Right.
Second, it will fit with the rest of the shop and the rest of the extras.
And you've kind of got to blend in with them as well. I can't
Yes, you do. You cannot be that special.
Sure.
You will be special, like each one of our extras, but you won't be that special. look at you, Ben. It is our sort of wizardry, and it is not yet made for you. When we will finish the trouser, when we will, you know, steam everything, make it on your size, make it really all perfect, it will be beautiful. Believe me.
Now we just need to audition my children.
Oui. Next step.
Coming up after the break, we discover how the filmmakers did this to one of London's most famous landmarks. And we meet the new potions professor, who may hold the key to the secret of Voldemort's power.
In every Harry Potter film there's a new professor, and the filmmakers have hoovered up some of Britain's finest acting talent in casting them. Now I've come down today to meet Professor Slughorn, who's Hogwarts' new potions master, and I've been told to hang around here. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there.
Professor Slughorn is someone who years ago was the potions master at Hogwarts and is the person that Dumbledore recruits this year to come back, not only to teach potions but also because Dumbledore thinks that Slughorn has information on Voldemort that he is too ashamed to admit to knowing. And Dumbledore sort of uses Harry as bait in a way, because Slughorn's obsessed with the idea of fame and power. And so Harry is sort of the most famous, certainly young kind of wizard of his time, is the perfect sort of ploy to get Slughorn back to Hogwarts, because Slughorn would want to be around someone like Harry.
Horace. And Slughorn makes an unusual first appearance in the film.
Dumbledore and Harry come into this house that has obviously been ransacked, and there is a purple striped armchair, and Dumbledore performs a bit of magic, and out of that armchair evolves Horace Slughorn, who has disguised himself as an armchair. So there's a bit of special effects
in
straight
lavender
off.
Purple pyjamas.
In lavender, in the same material as the armchair. It's a very good entrance to a film.
Merlin's beard! I need to disfigure me, Albus.
So how do you get a chair to turn into an actor?
Working with an actor like Jim Broadbent, you know, it just seemed the logical thing to let him drive the performance rather than come up with a slightly cartoony sort of caricature in terms of a chair.
Here's a mega $1 million Hollywood movie, and we basically put him on a plank of wood and sit him on this plank of wood. Well, it's a little bit more elaborate than a plank of wood. But it's kind of a plank of wood.
It's a shiny plank of wood.
It's a shiny plank of wood with two guys operating it. And it sort of springs him up. I just said to Jim, you know what? Imagine you're a chair and then you're turning out of a chair and you have to shake all this fabric off. And he did this rather eccentric, crazy, quite funny acting transformation from a chair to a human, all in a performance.
And of course that was great, because from there, using our designs of what we wanted the chair to look like, we then started animating on top, you know, rotoscoping his performance, then looking at how the actual chair itself would shrink and come back into his true proportions. And just working off him seems to suggest that actually using cloth as a interesting technique would be quite a good way of resolving the chair and turning the fabric of the chair itself into the pyjamas that he was wearing.
Creating a visual effect is a process which involves filtering ideas from many different departments into one end result.
Sometimes you start off with some particular view in mind, but by the time you get to the end, it's gone through many iterations and turns out to be something quite different, because you've either discovered something new en route, or you've discovered something that you thought would work, it doesn't work, and it's not very comfortable, it's not very funny, or it looks like a visual effect. And so it is a very subjective journey that we take.
Horace's weakness is that he has a sort of softness for stars.
You recognise Barnabas Cuff, of course, editor of the Daily Prophet.
He will do anything to get some star names under his wing.
He likes collecting them, doesn't he?
Yeah, he likes collecting them. So it doesn't take much attempting to come back in a way.
All right, I'll do it. But I want Professor Merrythorpe's old office, not the water closet I had before. And I expect a raise. These are mad times we live in, mad!
They are indeed.